your cold mistletoe, ladies are blazing. You will very easily know,
Welcome to the world of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, a land brimming with mysteries, where powerful nations rise and fall, and magic is woven into every corner of existence. Here, humans, monsters, and mystical beings coexist in a delicate balance, driven by politics, alliances, and conflict. At the heart of this vast world is the Jura Tempest Federation, a thriving nation founded by Rimuru Tempest.
The Tempest Federation, a nation founded by Rimuru Tempest. It started as a small goblin village and evolved into the most powerful nation in Tensura.
Cross my heart and lips until you welcome through the dark side.
発生魔王オクタグラムの皆様をご紹介いたします。発生魔王オクタグラム、リムル・テンペスト様、ギー・クリムゾン様、ミリム・ナーバ様、ルミナス・バレンタイン様、ラミリス様、レオン・クロムウェル様、リーノ様、ラグリュール様。
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn. nhắc nhắc giờ đây để lại những yêu sâu đời sống bên hiên nhà tay muôn miếu anh thôi mà hồi sự anh có đang đi về em chẳng mơ.
The people of this world would find it difficult to understand, let alone react to his attacks.
I'm afraid there's more. The light was swift, and it took the lives of many, but it couldn't compare to what came next. In a mere instant, the entire battlefield fell deathly silent.
What do you mean by that?
It's exactly as I said, my lady. I know not the number it took, but those who survived the light were all struck down the very next moment. The only ones lucky enough to be spared were myself, Razan, and King Edmaris.
A catastrophe.
Killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. They're like animals. And I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Anh đã yêu thương